Hello, hello, hello. I am making a video with my factory new Play-Doh. It's also generic. That's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful color. I love it. Matches a little bit my sweater. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I am in love. It's cold. It's cold and very, very condensed. Very, very condensed rubbery. I'm making a video, but it doesn't show you. So this video is for Tom Ford. I give my infinite praise and congratulations to your amazing perfume, Violet Blonde. I'm not blonde, I'm trying to get there, but you know, gray hair is getting me there. Gray hair is getting me there, it rhymes. So, a peaceful violet blonde. That's what I'm gonna be when I retire. And this is my netting video for Tom Ford. Awesome, awesome creator of movies and perfume and clothes. And that's what I would like to do. The same things. Yeah, I would like to make all kinds of things. First of all, art. Then I would like to make perfume bottles, okay, in my own style. Then I would like to make perfume oils. I don't work with alcohol, but perfume oils is good. I want to have a huge collection of my own creations. I came up with my own creation when I woke up. As I was waking up, I developed my own creation. So that would take years of practice though, because right now it's just like a child playing around with this scent and that would go together, and that would make an amazing combination, and this would make an amazing combination, and put all of this together, but I don't have a clue which percentage or any of this. That's kind of like, that's an art. That's a real art. That's like an art, just as Mozart creating a symphony. So you need to know in perfume what percentage of which note to add, because just a notch more and it's not the same. It's not, it derails a little bit, just like on the DNA. Tom Ford is, I mean, this is incredible. I don't know if he designed that perfume himself or he hired a perfumer. I think maybe he did, but he told him what he likes and what smells good to him, probably. They sat together and he went through the list of notes. So I'm assuming. So I don't know. Or maybe he got into it and he just formulated that himself. I don't know. But it is absolutely infinitively amazing. It is amazing. It's amazing. It's a prize winner. I realized something. I realized that I have to be careful when I put hand cream on, because when I put scented hand creams on and then I roll on the perfume oil, that can drastically change the scent, because then the scent from the perfume oil, from the hand cream, will merge with the scent, and then it will change the scent, of course, the overall scent. But I know what my hand cream smells like from Dr. Hauschka. So there's quince in it and different things and amazing things. So I kind of like, in my head, I kind of like know how to separate them. So when I smell it, but I think it will be much, much more fun if I make myself a completely unscented hand cream. So every time after I wash my hands, I like to put hand lotion on, because I don't, particularly when it's cold like this, it can make the skin a little bit cold and dry. So I like to have, particularly on top of the hand here, I like to keep that moisturized. And so I want to make myself a very light, water-free, or only oil grease based hand cream. Those also last, I think they last for 50 years, if they are not exposed to heat or sunlight. So that's a really, really nice. With water-based creams, you have to have a specific preservation technique, either preservatives, which I am against, they're not good for us, or the rhythmic preservation technique from Dr. Hauschka and Beleder, which is based on Rudolf Steiner's technique of creating an energetic perseverance in the essence. So an energetic, an endless shelf life energy immunity. So an energetic immunity to any kind of influences or degradation type of wear and tear or whatever in the substance. So, Pepper Dog, I know it's boring. So it is. It's amazing, the rhythmic shaking method of the essences to keep the energetic flow. You can only, of course, I don't know if you can do it with artificial scents. Maybe you can, but particularly for the natural world, the natural essences, when they go through this rhythmic shaking system from the chemists that are, it's like a meditation. The chemists are meditating with the essences. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. All of this, though, it takes a long time. It goes through many stages, and it is very, very, they put a lot of effort and time into it. So I do this when I cook my creams. I paint the 8 in it, and that gives us also an amazing energetic boost. And also the affirmation techniques, the affirmation sheets are very good, putting affirmation sheets of love and health under your water. Teal Swan talked about it. It's very important. Dr. Masaru Emoto from Japan has done extensive research on this, on the validity of this, and if this actually works. And he came out positive with that. So it works. Energy, everything's energy. Everything's based on energy. Words contain energy. That's why we have to be very careful in the way we word ourselves. Very careful, because we want to make the world a better place. So yeah, I want to make my own hand creams that are free from any kind of scent. I will just use light beeswax in it, not too much beeswax in it, because it's going to be a light cream. that should be good. Beeswax is not a very overpowering scent. It smells really, really good. And olive oil, or canola oil, any kind of mild plant carrier oil is good. Or maybe some plant waxes, like mango butter, something like this. And then not add any scents, not add any essential oils to it. So a lot of people, they mix up essential oils. They think fragrance oils. They put all of this in the same drawer, So I want to just quickly give a fact check on that. I'm going to turn this light on. Essential oils are 100% natural plant essences, essence oils. So fragrance oils are imitation. They are synthetically imitated molecules. Okay, they're synthetic. They're not natural molecules. They're made in a laboratory, but they are imitated from existing scents that are out there in the world. Okay, so they're molecularly reconstructed. That's why they're also called reconstructed or reproduced or replicated. So they're synthetically made, and that's good. That's all okay. We enjoy them so much. But I would not put any kind of other artificial things into it. No artificial colors, no preservatives. The DPG, dipropylene glycol, seems to be okay. That's also it's also a side product, just as, I guess, as the base products they use in the lab in order to recreate. They have to use some substance in order to recreate the molecules. They also use petroleum waste side products from that. So, but DPG seems to be very, very, very mild, and a very mild sort of type of like a mineral oil. So it's not it's not the best, it's not like a plant oil. Plant oils are better. But for a fragrance, for a synthetic fragrance, to carry a synthetic fragrance, that is okay, I would say. So, but for all the other products, skin care, hair care, body care, I would only use 100% natural things from the planet. Minerals, clays, plant essences. That's the only thing I would use. Vegan. 100% natural, because that's the best for us. But for hand creams, if we are into rolling on these designer replicas, then it would be best to have a completely free and clear from any kind of any kind of overpowering, let's put it that way, and however wonderful, but any kind of overpowering scent in the hand cream. So the hand cream should be neutral, very neutral, and then it doesn't interfere with the designer oil when we put that onto our wrists, and then we can smell it. This Tom Ford is so, the Violet Blonde, it is so incredibly, oh my gosh, I would say this is the total winner. No, I say this about every one of them. They're all prize winners, but I have to say the Violet Blonde is the winner from them. And I have smelled, I would say over 1,000, maybe 2,000 fragrances, designer fragrances. that I even had in my life. So that I've, over the time, some of them I used a lot, some of them I used to almost have. My obsession is at my parents' house, and they put that in the guest bathroom, and that's like half empty. That was like 100 milliliter bottle, and I use that a lot. I really love that. Some of them I didn't use as much, and I ended up giving them away because I don't like the alcohol, and I don't like this very aggressive, headache inducing first spritz, of the alcoholic solution, because that is so overpowering. I mean, particularly for my senses, I'm an SP. I have a very hypersensitive nervous system. So for me, oils, that's it. That's the solution. There's like 100 reasons why I would use the oils. I mean, if the designers would, if the companies that are selling the original designer essences, the designer perfumes, if they would make solid perfume cream, balm, or perfume oil, then I would also get it. But I would love to get it just to even compare them to the replicas would be very nice. I will never buy perfume or perfume spray anymore, perfume alcohol spray anymore. Maybe some of them, I heard that some of them have switched over to, I think DPG sprays. So they have replaced alcohol with DPG, I think some of them. Maybe some of them have replaced alcohol with sunflower oil. I don't know, with some vegetable-based carrier oil. So, and then still have it in spray form, and they may have some dispensers, some spray dispensers that are very powerful, that are oil resistant, and that work very well even with, and maybe they make the oil so light that it will still spray just like it would a perfume, an older perfume or something. So, but it doesn't have that aggressiveness, once it is diffused in the oil instead of the alcohol. So I recommend to all of those companies out there, dissolve it in DPG or another carrier oil that is wonderful from plants. That's what I would personally do. Yeah, I love that. It's getting warm. The heater is heating me up. It is incredibly harsh weather outside. There were thunderstorms that were so earlier. There was thunder that was so, I've never heard that before, felt that before. It shook up the whole house, that thunder. It was like an overland sonar explosion or something. It was a sonar, by nature. Those are all effects of weather pattern, extreme reactions to the polar ice caps melting. So this is the domino effect of all of this. Now my Play-Doh is getting soft. It's very nice. Feels very nice. Very awesome. And this goes along so well with this perfume, the color. This is such an amazingly warm and lush and love-giving scent. It's ultimately luxurious. And then when that mixes with dog, the, the, the little bit rancid doggy scent, then it's like, then you're in heaven. It's like, this is the ultimate, it's the absolute ultimate. I've always loved that. Designer, expensive, wonderful, luxurious perfumes together with dog aromas. I've always associated that my whole life with the ultimate luxury. That's the ultimate luxury, that's paradise, to live like that. So obviously violet. Violet is a very delicate little purple flower. There are different types, and among them there is the Stiefmütterchen, which is a, yes, Papa Dog, which is a violet that had been cultivated for hundreds of years by people. A violet that had been made bigger. So I forgot now the name for Stiefmütterchen, the name in English, so I forgot now what the name is. I think pansy, but I'm not so sure now. I think it was pansy. I have to go look again. Stiefmütterchen. Stiefmütterchen actually translates to little mother-in-law. No, Stiefmütterchen. No, it translates to it translates to adoptive mother, a little adoptive mother, Stiefmütterchen. Actually, it is, like in that fairy tale, like when the father remarries another woman, that new woman is then gonna be replaced, is gonna be used as the mother substitute. So that's what Stiefmütterchen means. Mütterchen in the sense of little replaced mother, little, I don't know what the word is for that. Stepmother, that's what it is. Okay. The little the little stepmother. Yeah, that's what they call it in German. Stiefmütterchen. So I don't even use those kind of words in my life. That's why it doesn't come that easy to my brain, because my life's not built like that at all. I don't believe in marriage. I don't believe in any of these religious customs from the past. So I'm already in the future with both of my feet and hands as well. So no, I want total liberation. That doesn't mean people need to be rude to others. So liberation in the sense of, thinking for ourselves, making life better. Customs can be quite a hindrance to making things better. Religion is a bad hindrance, terrible hindrance to making life better for all life on this planet. So yeah, we want to make things better. And I think Tom Ford, man, you are amazing. Amazing. What pleasure and love and happiness you brought into my life. And the other guys too, all of them. All of those prize winners. I love them all. This is the ultimate. Tom Ford, Violet Blonde. It's the ultimate. Oh gosh, is this nice. Oh gosh, is this nice. Oh gosh. Very powerful. That's a good one. That's a very good one. That's that's made by Quality Perfume Oils. That company makes those. I got two to try. I got Prada Candy from them and Violet Blonde from Tom Ford. So these two, I got them just to try them out, in the small royal bottles, in the 1/3 ounce, to see what they're like. Because their price, they charge a little bit more, but it seems like they got amazing quality, really amazing. I'm gonna move a little bit back because it's getting darker. Just not flattering, but whatever. So they're pretty good, man. I'm trying different kinds now, different vendors, and comparing them. So I think that's what we need to do. So Sensational Shop, they have a humongous list of perfume oils and very new ones also that have come onto the market that they were able to immediately be able to copy, and they seem to be very popular. So I haven't received those yet. I'm going to be making reviews on those when they come, but I am already very happy with the ones that I have received so far. I'm also going to make a review on Prada Candy Quality Perfume Oils version compared to Worldwide Perfume Oils version. So I have to remember all these names that sound very similar. So that's what I'm going to do also. Because, that helps. That helps people, that saves people money, if they can get a review like this. And I often, I know a lot of those companies already, and when I look at the list of perfumes, then I see the same companies that I really loved always in the past. Chanel is definitely classic with this. I also got myself Chanel number 5 again. I had that many times in its actual designer perfume, and I had it in perfume from Chanel. I had it in eau de toilette from Chanel, and I loved all of them. Loved it. Yes, Pepper Dog, and it has a lot of ylang ylang in it. So this one here, Violet Blonde, has a lot of violet in it. And of course that's an imitation fragrance, imitated from the violet flowers. And I also have violet perfume oil for actually from the flowers, the actual, all 100% natural. Very expensive oil. That's why I had it in concentrated form before, the Violet Absolute from Eden Botanicals. That is very thick. It's so thick that when it's colder in the room, it kind of crystallizes. It becomes so thick it doesn't even come out of the bottle. So that's why for that reason, and also for the price, I got myself a 1 ounce, but stretched with a plant carrier oil. So the one I have is Violet Absolute. It only has 10% of the Violet Absolute, and the rest are very wonderful plant carrier oils. And that smells also heaven. It's much more faint though. Much more faint. I noticed that Most of those plant absolute oils, the real natural, or the distillations, or the CO2 extractions from the actual plants, so all 100% natural plant essence oils. Most of those are much more faint in their scent. So when they make the imitation, they pronounce that scent. They blast it up. You know, they make it grow. They I don't know how they manage to do this. It's so amazing, yeah. And I really enjoy that because I love violet so infinitely much. And it is not identical. So the actual violet absolute, that I have downstairs in my bedroom closet, those are my closet perfumes because they're so precious. I have them in a shelf inside of my closet where I also have clothes. I have the upper shelf only for those kind of things and for gemstones. I have only the real expensive 100% natural essences from Eden Botanicals in there. And they're so precious. So they have to be handled with extra care. And every time I open that closet, there is an amazing, warm, welcoming smell coming out of there. And also when I use one up, I always put the empty bottle in with my bras and underwear for that to soak up that the amazing last drops that are inside of the glass bottle and the lid. So it's really nice to do this. That also repels insects, by the way, when we do this. So, but I love the original from the flower. This, I think it's an absolute. The absolute extraction from the flower. They use a lot of petals for that. It's very difficult to get all of these petals. So I guess they must be horticulturally cultivated. We have some wild violets growing here, but they're like very rare. You go hiking, oh my gosh, there's a wild violet flower. And they're actually protected. We're not even supposed to pick them because they're protected by the law, because they're so delicate and they are they only grow in certain regions and stuff like this. So, and people, trample and develop so much land that, they have become kind of threatened now as a species. So that's why I tell people, if you see such a delicate flower, lie down on your belly. That's why they call them belly flowers. The violets grow very low. I think just like this tall, or even shorter. And lie down on your belly and smell them, and then just don't do anything with them. Just put your nose on it, smell them, enjoy it. In the summertime, in the springtime, when all the belly flowers come up and the weather gets better. And one time we went to Death Valley, and it had there were such rainstorms. That was in 2005. That was in April 2005. There were such rainstorms that whole Death Valley had become an ocean. And there was a guy kayaking in there. It was amazing. And I met him later on. I got to talk to him about philosophy. He's an atheist. We talked about a lot of things. It was very interesting. Talking in the hot springs, in the warm springs. It was very nice. So that's pretty awesome. People filmed him. That was quite a sensation that was going on there. And all these there were flower fields of belly flowers growing everywhere. And I picked some yellow ones that were there that are not threatened to become extinct. So there are some of those. I forgot the name. Amazing. They're all medicinal, and character violet is too. And I believe that even the reconstructed molecule, the synthetically reconstructed replica of the violet, I believe this is healing. I feel like it feels like it's healing me, even though it is it is a reconstructed molecule. It is a synthetic molecule. I feel like it's healing me. The scent alone, but I believe that even a reconstructed scent like this, because it is copied from the molecular structure of the plant, I believe that is healing as well. Maybe not in the complex form as the plant is. I'm sure it's not in healing in that complex form, but it is healing. I think it's healing, definitely. I feel it, I feel it. I feel less nervous, like when I make the videos. I feel a little less self-conscious. I always feel self-conscious. I feel I'm always insecure, always. Probably that will never change, but I feel more grounded, with the sense. The sense can, I believe these sense can heal the nervous system. It can ground you to the point where you suddenly, you can go into meditation. You can suddenly see that none of these superficial things matter in life. The bullies, the bullying, you suddenly see it all from above. That's an amazing beneficial side effect of this. I mean, it can prevent us from panic attacks. The other day I was in the shower, I was a little OCD stuff going on again. Like I have so much OCD. It's very painful. OCD it's a self-defense mechanism that has to do with childhood trauma. It's basically the ego not acting it out on others, but acting it out also in an uncomfortable way of overindulgently self-protection. So like when we become phobic of certain things, when we become too cautious, where we start to become a prisoner of our own mind. So in that sense, so I was under the shower, and I had forgotten to hang the towel up on the hook next to the shower, and that would mean now I have to step with my wet foot into my croc shoe in order to fetch my hand towel that's on the counter, on my wash counter opposite from the shower. That would take at least one extra step. And it's like, oh man, I forgot to hang a towel up. So but with all, that started to create a little bit stress in my head. But because I had previously dried the Tom Ford Violet Blonde and the other oil, the Prada Candy Oil, I had dried these two new ones from Quality perfume oils. I dried them with my hand towel, and they were still on the hand towel. I was going to take care of that later. So I had to step into my croc shoe, make it wet, and then get my put the two rollers away and get the towel. And as I stepped back into the shower, I smelled this powerful, I already knew the other one, so I suddenly smelled this powerful Violet Blonde. I smelled Prada Candy too, but I got to smell the Violet Blonde on my towel. It was faint because I only dried these with the cap on, of course, but still the scent still got into my towel. And instantly it overpowered my OCD. I mean, this is absolutely amazing, you know? I mean, if perfume oils can do that, then psychiatrists will become obsolete. I mean, this is incredible what that does. And that in combination with whole food veganism, you have to, it's not just one, you can't be completely partying and doing terrible things to your body, you know, and then expect the perfume oils to heal your mental illness. That's not going to work. You have to also take the other steps as well. I see people on the internet, they're doing about everything wrong. They party, they drink alcohol, they smoke, they take drugs, they are in destructive relationships, and then they wonder why they have to now go to see a psychiatrist, why things aren't going so well psychologically. Well, you are you are your own physician, You have to take charge of your own lives. You can't. And also, if people live in destructive relationships, no medication is gonna fix that. You're just gonna end up taking more of it. And from my own personal experiences, for me, it was more of a placebo effect than anything else. So the medication was not good. It's not good for us, It made me struggle. Eventually, I was on such a cocktail of it that even my psychiatrist, who loved animals, even though he makes all that money, even he's finally said to me, well, I felt kind of queasy about giving me all of these different samples. And he said, well, you're taking all of them? Then he finally said, I don't believe in just popping pills. I was absolutely amazed. My gosh, Dr. Shapiro. I hope he's doing well. He must be very, very, very old now. So, wherever you are, Dr. Shapiro, I love you. Be well. I know you're a good person. So, we get swept up in the wrong industries sometimes. We get swept up by certain things when there are certain pleasures coming our ways in the wrong industries or in the wrong relationships. And then when there's pleasure, when things are sort of seemingly rolling, people don't question it, Then we think, oh, it's all good. Oh, well. God. I had to move this back a little bit because it's getting darker and darker outside. And I want the light to be better. So, it's a little bit better. No, the disco light. That's awesome. So, when things are seemingly going well, in quotation marks, people don't question it. They're not at the end of the road yet, They keep going. They keep burning their candles. They keep their life candles. They keep burning themselves out. And they think it's going well. No, okay, it's not. You cannot expect to be well and healthy if you party. And what I mean by party is, the old-fashioned party style with the alcohol, the booze, and all the bad things. And the bad relationships, the bad encounters, the superficial conversations, the pleasing, please like me. I will adapt to any political opinion so you will like me. That is killer, okay, for your well-being. That's killer for your mental health, and it's killer also for your well-being, physical, for your whole body, immune system. Reverse that. Make affirmations and reverse it. Don't do this anymore. Don't do that to yourself anymore. Walk away from sociopath and detrimental conversations and ungenuine people. Walk away from. Genuinity has now been copied. We have to pay attention to all of this. I see all of this. I see through all of this. Medusa sees it all. Genuinity, the new trend. Be genuine. Oh, wait. That's a copy of genuinity. So we have to be very vigilant and really look into ourselves to see whether this behavior wasn't copied again from someone else. Is that really you? Pay attention to it. I don't mean to completely have to reinvent a new language or something. Of course we have to communicate with each other. And of course we can play ping pong with the words and we can use some words but it's good to use it. Pay attention, use it out of your own creativity and evaluate the words. Are they precious, those words? Or are they, look down the line. What does that word do to certain people? Certain expressions. Someone who says, that's killer, meaning this is great. Yeah, I would not adopt that kind of expression. So, or the perfume Poison from Christian Dior. Just for the name alone, I'm not gonna get it. And I happen to know that scent from the past that was out there in the 80s. Some people had that. I think I even had that myself, and I didn't like it. So that's a long development of mind that I have gone through. My goodness. When I was 20, I was in a fog. I was mentally in a complete fog, and most 20-year-old people are. And don't beat yourself up over this. This to mature psychologically, mentally, that takes a long time. But I recommend to people to actually get on that path of maturity. Most humans don't mature. They stay where they are mentally at age 20 or 15. So they are. And that I find that, people who do this don't contribute to making the world a better place. So, we have the responsibility to get on the path of healing and introspection and maturity and making the world a better place and putting caring on as the number one priority over anything else. Okay? That's maturity. It's amazing. There's lots of violet in it. This is the scent that has the most violet, not violent, violet, like the color. That's the color of those flowers, approximately. Some have darker violet, some lighter. There are even some that have a beige tone. They're still violets. And some of them even have a yellow. Very interesting. Maybe that's what is that's the imitation. They imitated the blonde, the violet blonde, the blonde, the yellow kind of, the yellow types of violet. that are cultivated, and the little stepmothers, you know, the Stiefmütterchen, I think that the pansy, God, I have to research this. They're big violets, like this big, round. Like they have many different flat petals, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, almost heart-shaped, flat petals in a radius like this. That's the Stiefmütterchen. And the violet has about that radius. And then the wild violets, they're a little smaller even than one like this. So, and I've seen them usually in purple, and they have a very, very faint scent. You can almost not smell it at all. So that's why I'm so grateful for those amazing chemists that are recreating nature's scents. And the plants, they don't mind if you steal their composition, as long as you keep it ethical, everything. As long as we don't test anything, as long as people don't test anything on any living being. So you can test it on yourself, you can have your family test it on them, you can also pay people to test it on themselves. So that's okay. But don't test it on animals, ever. So I also smell caramel in it. Violet and caramel. It's incredibly uplifting and luxurious. It puts you almost into a trance of happiness. You can sit there and smell this all day long. The other day I saw this one guy from England. He was doing a review on things, and he said, oh my God, I can just sit here on the couch all day long and just be excited about this scent and just smell it and do nothing else. It puts you, like I said before, it puts you into a state of where you become completely content. You feel completely loved, nurtured, fed, content. Oh, I need to recharge. Okay, and this is also coming close to. It's coming close to. I gotta go back into my room. This can cut off any time now. So, but it makes you feel really, 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 really loved. And then you don't even need. Okay, and then you don't even need to find a mate. So you don't even need that. You don't need to go to a bar. So okay, this is probably upside down now, but that's okay. So it's gonna, the video uploading capacity is almost reached, but yes, it's very warm and very lush. It's amazing. But it has other things in it as well. So it is it has many different things in it, I'm sure. Has powdery scent in it. I think, okay, that's what I smell. It probably has cherry blossom in it. It smells like it. Cherry blossom combined with violet. Oh, what an amazing thing that is. And the caramel, that gives it such a delicious, such a nurturing element. Unbelievably amazing. It is a dream. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. My highest compliments to Tom Ford. What an incredible achievement. That's a real masterpiece, this perfume. And I see that a lot of women like it. So it's very popular. And I fully understand. Totally get it. I feel it too. 100%. It's my favorite of all. It is so far now. This exceeds all the other ones. This is absolute heaven. I'm in love with that perfume. It is so infinitely amazing. From all the perfumes, this is, if I can have only one to take somewhere, if I had to evacuate or something, that's the one I would grab. Internet has cut off from the storm. Electricity keeps on cutting off. But it turns back on, and I hope that it doesn't turn off for a longer time. So that would be really bad. Then we would have to all get in bed and into the real thick sleeping bags to stay warm, because it is very cold outside. It is freezing point. It may be a little bit below freezing. It may be 30 degrees Fahrenheit outside. That's what it seems like. Very cold. Ugh, I don't like it at all. Yeah. I don't like living in a cold climate. I had to buy real thick boots. No, I already have real thick fur, fake fur lined winter boots. I have many of them just for inside the house. Yeah, I have many of them so that they can evaporate while I use another pair of fake fur winter boots, but they are not even thick enough. Then I have one pair of real thick boots that I wear outside when I'm at home, and they are very, very, very warm. But Paul gets mad because they're kind of a little bit, they're one size too large, and I drag them on the floor. So I got another pair of real thick winter boots just for inside the house. He won't allow me to wear moon boots. I had moon boots before, and I wore them all the time. I wore them out. So they're now in the garage, and he won't let me buy another pair of moon boots, and those are my favorite ones. I've always worn moon boots my whole life already as a child. Always moon boots. I love moon boots. This is heaven. So if I had a choice to move somewhere else, like if I had a lot of money, I would choose Sumatra. That would be the country of my choice, definitely, in Indonesia. Sumatra, directly at the equator, and with white or pink or purple. I think they even have purple, like very pastel purple coral sand beaches. Just coral, ground up coral. It's very, very powdery. It's like a face powder. That's how soft it is. They have the white, very, very, very white coral beaches in Kenya. I've been there 5 times with my parents, and it's an absolute paradise. But it has become very dangerous, and it's not safe. They recommend it to people not to go there anymore because it's not safe anymore. It's a lot of corruption in Kenya. But there's one environmental lady, and a native Kenyan environmental lady. She comes from a very aristocratic background, and she's very educated. That's of course, when someone has the privilege, the luck, the luckiness of being very educated and very cosmopolitan, then of course their brain is set up completely differently. They can see things in different perspectives. They can see things from beyond any kind of greed, also any kind of this immediacy of the loggers that think that they need to keep that going, and even after they cut the trees down, then they still won't blame themselves. They actually have the nerve to blame the environmentalists. So there's this amazing woman, I forgot the name. There is no way I can remember a native Kenyan name. That is so different. But what a beautiful soul that woman is. Beauty, 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 beauty. I thank her from the bottom of my heart, you amazing being. Okay. She is she's a tree hugger, she's a tree protector, and she goes out there and she stands very strong against the loggers. And they threaten to kill her, and she says, "Go ahead." And she won't let off. And they're actually afraid of it. They're afraid when they encounter someone with such a strong mind and will. They back off. They don't know what to do anymore. And there are very few people like this on the planet, but there are some. So, angel and God level soul that will stand alone against the industries, against the masses of people who cater to the industries. And I am infinitely grateful for all of those people that are there, that stand alone against corruption and exploitation, that put love and compassion and caring even above their own lives. Those are the highest minds there are on this planet, and I'm infinitely grateful to all of them. It's those people that make me, that keep me alive, basically, that keep me going, and not fall into depression or become suicidal. It's those people that keep my hope, but in a good way, hope in a good way. Knowing that they exist, knowing that they're there, they carry the whole world. They really do. They carry the world on their shoulders. And they make the world better, and they help us. They inspire other people. They help other people. They particularly help those people that are also good souls, but that have been traumatized and that are shy and afraid. So those great minds help all the other caring people to stand up tall and strong against the industries that exploit. And I'm infinitely grateful for all of them, and the wonderful Kenyan woman, you beautiful, beautiful woman inside and out. I love you infinitely much. You guys take care. Peace, peace.